Hello everyone. Today among us we have Justice Subodh Shah, former judge, Gujarat High Court. He holds B.Sc degree in Microbiology and Chemistry, followed by LL.B and LL.M in Constitutional Law. He started his practicing in the year 1981 and then he switched to the career of judge and now he retired with the justice. His career while practicing was in departments like civil, revenue, constitutional, in many session courts and in revenue courts. Followed by this, he has also represented India in many international conferences and forums like SAP Technology at Kathmandu, Asia Pacific International Conference at Singapore. He has also represented in another international conferences as well. With this, I extend a very warm welcome to you, sir, and I extend my gratitude that you have taken time from your busy schedule at such short point of time. With this, I would just shoot with the question, and I assure you that we will respect your time. So, with
Uh,
thank you, sir. So,
yeah,
with this, I would
yeah,
like to start with very first question.
yeah.
Sir, you started your practicing in the year 1981. What made you pursue this as your career?
Uh, it's maybe my experience or my story is little bit different. Rather than saying that something has motivated me to join judiciary or legal fraternity, I never thought or dreamed to join even legal profession and was not ready to join judiciary at all. Though I am in a family where, as on date, legal profession is inherited since seventh generation up to my son. But I never thought to be a judge or even to be an advocate. As a child, actually, I was deeply fascinated by the army, drawn to its emphasis on physical strength and discipline. I was even selected to join the army school in Jamnagar. However, coming from a Gujarati Jain family, I faced strong resistance as nobody was willing to allow me to pursue a military career. I believe it is essential to challenge this mindset and encourage openness towards such opportunities. At the same time, joining the army should be a personal choice, and pressuring someone into it is also not good. Basically, I am a student of science and technology, but due to typical agitation, namely Nav Nirman Andolan, movement of construction reforms, significant socio-political movement in Gujarat in year 1974, the academic year for me to compete for the admission in medical or engineering, I could not study well as there was no facility of transportation and communication during those days, like present internet and books and everything. So my books were in Ahmedabad, hostel, and I was at my native place in Mehsana, at Mehsana. So could not secure admission in medical or engineering college. Hence, I have selected microbiology, as you said in my introduction, uh, and became graduate with microbiology as a main subject, which is a semi-medical line. I want to develop an industry for milk product like Bonvita or milk chocolate, as during those days it was old by foreign companies only. And thereafter, it was developed in India by Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation with the brand name Nutramul. Amul has manufactured it as a Nutramul, or I was able to produce biofertilizer, which was ultimately developed by Gujarat State Fertilizer Corporation at Vadodara, and it was inaugurated by the then President of India, just Gyari Jail Singh. So my entire field was different, but destiny has decided something else. During those days, my father's practice in Mehsana district was at boom. He was in fifth generation of legal profession. I am in sixth generation, and my son is in seventh generation. So one may not be believed, but because of his cool nature and ability to apply law and evidence properly in the favor of his client to succeed, in Mehsana District Court, having 10 to 15 courts from JMFC to District and Sessions Court, when total, suppose 300 cases per day were listed, almost in 200 cases, there was my office. So in daily cause list, almost two-thirds cases shows the name of advocate on either side as GM Shah, my father's name. only, my father's name only, and therefore other advocate for rest of the 1/3 cases. Thus, my father has to stand on his leg before the court continuously from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Though there were 6 juniors with him. Therefore, I was forced to join, be graduate in law and join my father's office. So, being to help my father rather than pursuing any other field or any other doing any other business. You will today you all are very lucky. So many startup facilities are available. During
That's
those
true.
days, there was no support to new startup companies or entrepreneurs like me. Shark Tank was not there. Financial enterprise or government authorities were not there to help new industries. MSME was not there. Micro small industries facility was not there. So one has to bear every risk on their own shoulder. And tactically, my family was able to convince me that legal practice is far better than entering into altogether new startup. Though I was able to produce Bonvita and other milk product or biofertilizer or even treatment on iron, changing its form without wasting too much energy by heat. I have studied all that thing. But elders in my family convinced me that in manufacturing or production or industry, flow of money, raw material, and final product must be continuous and without break. And even stop or hurdle of any of this circle would result into several difficulties to so many persons, not to you alone. Therefore, it is better to practice law, where there one can help the society at large without investing a single pie. But I tell you, I have invested so much after being an advocate. In even office as an advocate, I have invested lakhs of rupees to computerize the legal profession. So from the young age, I was deeply involved, I was deeply involved in helping my grandfather and father in their office during holidays. So legal field was not new for me, and thus I had joined law. Even before completing law, I was maintaining advocate's diary, writing letters to client, drafting notices, and pleading, suit, written statement, interim application, everything I was drafting even before I became law graduate. So though I do not join law college immediately after being graduate and try to go to further studies in science, dairy technology, or medical biology, ultimately I have to join law and completed it in the year 1981 and started practice as a lawyer with my father from December 1981. While studying law for 3 years, in addition to help the father, I had served as bacteriologist with Dudhsagar Dairy at Mehsana, microbiologist or bacteriologist, where I have to take care of milk product and raw milk, which is to be distributed in the city, that it should not be wasted before 4 hours. It must not be is capable to consume for the day. But after joining the legal field, I'm fascinated by the power of reason, argument, and justice. The ability of law to shape society, protect rights, and provide a voice to the unheard reason resonated deeply with me. I saw the legal profession as a way to contribute meaningfully, ensuring fairness and upholding the principles of justice. For example, during my early years, I witnessed cases where individuals, despite having legitimate grievances, struggle to navigate the legal system. A particular case that I stayed with me involved a tenant wrongfully attempted to be evicted without due process, when by a stay order, I could protect the possession of a poor tenant. Seeing how law could restore fairness and protect vulnerable people reinforced and it committed my journey towards legal profession and everything. The legal profession, therefore, the legal profession offers the opportunity to uphold justice, advocate for fairness, and make a meaningful impact on society. A passion for problem solving, critical thinking, and helping others often inspires individuals to pursue law. Then I was drawn to legal profession by passion for justice and desire to make a meaningful impact on society. The ability to help people resolve disputes and uphold fairness inspired me to pursue law and the judgeship.
That's really great to know that the transformation from a science student, if I must mention, and then into
Yes.
the legal industry. So before heading to the next question, I have two questions from your this introduction and telling about your journey. Did you convince your son also to pursue legal as his career, or he chose by his own passion or desire?
No, yes, you have rightly asked me. Uh, my son has a chance to settle in UK. He had done international arbitration and international commercial law master graduation from UK. So he had a chance to settle in UK in a different field, media, in a newspaper
Okay.
company. But he refused. He said, no, 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 I want to continue practice with like my father. So he chose practicing as an advocate on his own. Though I tried to do something else, my family has restrained me. He has a chance, he refused it. And and especially when when you are asking me, it would be interesting to know for you and everybody that today even my grandson, he is 7 years old. He is saying openly that I would be advocate only.
Oh,
And he
the
has
legacy will keep going on.
yes, and he has all the ability. He is arguing it at the year 7 year. If you ask him any question on any subject or topic which he can answer, not
Hmm,
on
hmm, hmm.
politics or science or
Yes,
something like that, but
yes, yes.
normal questions.
Hmm, hmm.
He has a ready answer without waiting for a second. He will not wait and he will convince you that he is right.
He is right. So this quality is already inherited him.
Inherited him.
Yes.
Right.
And with this, one more question that I'm curious to ask that if that time we would have Shark Tank, then I think you would be one of the participant in Shark Tank, right? If
Certain,
I'm not wrong.
certainly. See, I have a Shark Tank in my family itself. I have
Okay.
restricted few of the details while answering your first question because it goes more towards my personal life. But I have a Shark Tank in my family itself. My
Okay.
father, my grandfather, brother of my grandfather, we have very close, big family. But therefore, I said that my family was able to convince me not to go on that side. They don't want to invest. Nobody was, because at the age of 25, generally you personally you don't have a fund to invest. It
Right,
must be
right.
from your family or from some friends or somebody. So if nobody is ready to invest, you can't do anything.
Yes, true, true, true.
But you are right. If Shark Tank was there during those days, probably I would be one of the
One of the
applicants
participants.
before them.
Yes, indeed. So my next question, you have experience of session code and then you have experience of high court. How did the nature of work differ from session code to high court?
One before Sessions Court and High Court is different. I was directly selected as a city civil and sessions judge. The city civil and session court deals more with trial level cases. It is as good as a trial court, where immediate disputes are resolved and evidence is examined directly. The focus is on fact finding and delivering justice at a grassroots level. Whereas, in contrast, the Gujarat High Court or any High Court involves a more nuanced approach, reviewing lower courts' decisions only, interpreting constitutional principles, and shaping legal precedents that impact wider society. Both have incredibly fulfilling, each offering its own challenges and responsibilities. Means it is a different. At the
Right.
city civil and sessions court or at the district courts, cases often has a direct, tangible impacts on individuals, such as criminal trials or property dispute. For instance, I presided over a case where small business owner was faced unjust financial claims. At the High Court level, cases involve broader implications. One example is constitutional challenges where decisions affected policies statewide, means entire state would affect it. Similarly, at Sessions Court, the focus was more on a trial level cases, dealing directly with evidence and witnesses.
Right.
Whereas in High Court, the work involved appellate matters, constitutional issues, and broader legal interpretations requiring a deeper understanding of legal principles. So, except for Delhi, Madras, Calcutta, and Bombay, where High Court has a original jurisdiction with appellate and constitutional jurisdiction, generally up to district court, there is original trial where evidence is recorded and interpreted first time. Whereas high courts are dealing with appellate jurisdiction, means taking appeal against the decision up to the courts of sessions court or district court.
Right, sir. Great to know your insights on this. So my next question is, how would you like to explain about natural justice for those who are unfamiliar with these legal terms?
Your question is very good when it is on natural justice, but on natural justice, one can continue to speak for hours together. I will try to be as brief or as precise I can. Yes. Natural justice refers to the fundamental principle of fairness in legal proceedings. It ensures that everyone gets a fair hearing. Decisions are made impartially, without bias, and no one is judged without being given an opportunity to present their case. Natural justice is the foundation of fairness in law. At its core, it consists of two principles. Audi alteram partem, it's a Latin proverb, means hear the other side. Every individual deserves a right to be heard before any decision is made against them. So the basic principle of our jurisprudence is natural justice, and the first principle of natural justice is that no decision or order can be passed without hearing both the sides. No court can pass any order hearing only one side. There is one catch. The interim orders can be passed immediately after hearing first one side, the petitioner or the applicant only, the claimant, petitioner, applicant, or plaintiff, whatever the term may be, considering the nature of litigation. But that orders are interim, means it is for time being. After hearing other side, court will change or may continue that order considering the facts and circumstances and law. Means final order cannot be confirmed without hearing other side. The other basic principle of natural justice is nemo judex in causa sua. Means no one should judge their own case. So if there is some dispute, see, this is applicable particularly, it's not a political or anything, but a logical or a legal understanding that wherever government or revenue authorities or government authorities or any authorities are taking decision, this principle is applicable to them, that no one should judge their own case. They have to refer it to some other one. So officer, if I am an officer and if something is related to my office, I am not supposed to take final decision, more particularly punishing or disturbing anybody else. A decision maker must be impartial, free from bias or personal interest. This principle ensures that justice is not only done, but also seems to be done. I would refer a well-known example that is the case of Maneka Gandhi and Union of India in the year 1978, where the Constitution bench of 7 honorable judges of Supreme Court of India ruled that the government's decision to impound her passport was invalid because she was not given a chance to be heard. This highlighted the principle of audi alteram petrum, the right to a fair hearing before taking action against a person. The landmark Maneka Gandhi case significantly expanded the interpretation of Article 21 of the Indian Constitution, emphasizing that the right to life and personal liberty must be protected through fair, just, and reasonable procedures. This decision has been followed in several imported cases thereafter. From 78 till date, this decision is being regularly followed in different cases. Some notable cases are Sunil Batra versus Delhi administration in 1979, which addresses prisoners' right and human treatment. In Francis Mullin versus Administrator Union Territory of Delhi, 1981, which expanded the scope of personal liberty. In case of Olga Tallis versus Bombay Municipal Corporation, there is recognition of right to livelihood as a part of the right to life, which is very much important. It is regarding people staying anywhere in the city, but now thereafter it has been changed to that level that they have no right to stay at any place in the city, on road or everywhere, but government has to provide some alternate accommodation or some provision. And then lastly, even today it is being referred. I have noted those cases, but it was the notable case was Visakha versus State of Rajasthan in 1997, which establishes guidelines for preventing sexual harassment at the workplace. But this judgment is being referred even till today. In last week only, on 13th May, Delhi District Court has referred it in the case of Dheeraj Gupta versus Megha Chhapra. And just before a couple of weeks, on 1st May, even Allahabad High Court has referred the same in the case of Aditya Murthy versus Central Bureau of Investigation and Anti-Corruption Bureau. So this principle of natural justice is being followed since decades together.
Yes, sir. Sir, I can kept on hearing for hours and hours. With this, just in this regards only, I have one more question. Sir, when there is a delay in justice, right? So, is it infringement of natural justice?
As I said, delay in justice, I can again go on speaking for at least 1 hour, because delay in justice is not because of any one particular reason or because of any particular person or ground. But yes,
Right.
if there is inordinate delay in making justice, certainly the victims or the litigant are entitled to follow, means the court must follow the principle of natural justice to complete the or to resolve the dispute at the earliest. You are absolutely right. It is one of
Yes.
the major concerns.
Yes.
But at some other time, keep some other questions or some other topic.
Yes, sir,
We will
surely.
discuss it in detail.
Yes, absolutely. With this, my next question. In the growing intersection of law in the field of AI, technology, and cybersecurity, what are your insights upon it?
You have probably realized my potential or my details. Are you aware that I have computerized the entire judiciary and devoted my 1 decade for that? I'm just giving in brief. I am using computers since 1988. I have connected 2 computers between Ahmedabad and Mehsana in 1993 through telephone line. Today, involved in development of software to draft a judgment through AI. I'm consultant in one of the company developing software for judiciary with AI. So
Okay.
anyway, law is evolving rapidly to address emerging challenges posed by digitalization. With AI shaping decisions, cybersecurity threats becoming sophisticated, and data protection gaining prominence. Legal framework must adapt to safeguard individual rights while fostering innovation, striking a balance between security and privacy, which remains crucial. And judges today must interpret laws in a way that account for these technological realities. Now we have to change our mind. Considering India's personal data protection bill or the global impact of GDPR, that is General Data Protection Regulation, these frameworks aim to regulate how data is handled, preventing misuse by corporations. Similarly, AI bias is in legal decisions, such as predictive policing models, raises concern about fairness and transparency, demanding judicial oversight. The intersection of law with this field is both exciting and challenging. Thus, it is crucial as technology evolves. Legal framework must adapt to new technologies, address ethical concerns. Even in AI use, ethics are required and create framework that balance innovation with individual right and security to address privacy concerns, ensuring rights of persons are protected in digital age and cybersecurity threats. In all these are what you can say logical topics, but in simple word, I would say that ultimately AI, or because I am using computer since 88, probably many of young students before their birth. Uh, Ultimately, softwares are being developed by human being.
Right.
So if while AI, when we are talking about AI, ultimately AI will use only those data which is already available in digital form, not in a human mind. So the difference is how I prepare a software, how software will deal with, and what is fed or what is available in this digital media, in a computer, in network. If proper information is not available in digital form, then AI will give the answer or result based upon what is available in its library, in its database.
Right.
So practically everything depends upon database available with AI, and that database is created by human being. So as everybody is saying nowadays, the media is boasting in our mind particular things in particular manner. The same thing should not happen in AI, otherwise there would be chaos, because ultimately human mind is, or human nature is such that once you use some technology or some shortcut, or and then you are habituated to use it, then you will not apply your mind.
Right.
So
Very true.
ultimately, even after taking help of AI,
Hmm.
one has to recheck it with real data, with real evidence. Otherwise, there will be chaos.
Chaos. Right, right.
Yes.
Yes, sir, absolutely. I agree with your point, and thank you so much for providing your this insights upon this ongoing department of AI and technology and their intersection with the law. So my next question is, what according to you are the essential qualities that should be there in the young students or lawyers who are aspiring to become a judge now?
Good. If you ask me, I must say that a judge must embody fairness, integrity, patience, and an unwavering commitment to justice. When I say justice, the first thing will come the labor. You will surprised to note it. My son could not come to home before 10:30 every day. I think majority of the advocates have this same thing. Even when I was practicing from 1981 onwards, even during those days, my office started at 7 a.m. and I was able to go home at 11 p.m. This was my office hours. So absolute labor work is required. Labor is required if you want to study law, or if you want to do something in legal profession or judgeship.
Right.
Intellectual curiosity is also equally essential. Laws are involved, and understanding social safeties is the key. Equally important is humility, knowing that every verdict affects live person. A judge must be mindful, objective, and compensate while interpreting legal provisions. He should not be mechanical like computer. He should be a human being. Integrity, impartiality, patience, strong analytic skills, and a deep understanding of the law are essential qualities of a judge. They must also possess empathy and the ability to make fair decisions under pressure. There may be pressure sometimes. Additionally, the ability to adapt to evolving social needs, maintaining empathy and reformist vision are crucial for modern judges. Thus, deep social consciousness shaping Indian jurisprudence on human rights, fairness, intellect, and compassion remain vital for today's judges.
Right, sir.
One has to be careful while deciding each and every case.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So my next question, what are the piece of advices would you like to give to the people who are pursuing law and the students and obviously the young practitioners?
Firstly, develop a deep understanding of legal principles. See, without understanding legal principles, everything is useless. Never stop learning. Even today, I am learning so many things. Be patient. Build credibility through sincerity and uphold ethical practice. Don't find out shortcuts to earn money today. Because earning today is, though it is necessary, but if it is without ethics, then you may be in a field maximum for a decade. After a decade, everybody will realize that what you are doing, and you will be in trouble. It is different thing if you have collected good amount in that one decade, but then your career would be at stake. Seek mentors if you are not ready to, or you are not able to do it on your own. Seek mentors who can guide you. Most importantly, remember that law is not just about winning cases. Legal field is not only for winning cases, but it is for serving justice and society. If you stay true to the principle, your career will have a lasting impact. Build persistence, integrity, and continuous learning. Young lawyers must prioritize ethical practices over quick wins and seek mentorship to refine their skills. Focus on developing a strong foundation in legal principles and to gain practical experiences. Stay curious, build network within the legal community, and prioritize ethics and professionalism. Building relationship would also be invaluable, because without relationship, you may not get the brief. With all these principles, theoretical principles, I will give you my personal experience. As I say, I am in sixth generation. When I joined the office of my father, there was a huge work. So I started to reduce the workload by refusing to accept a file if I find out that there is no case in favor of the client who is coming to me. You will surprise note it. My father was also not happy that Subodh, your office will get if you don't accept the brief.
Right, right.
But I had a vision that once there is a message to the society that I am not accepting the cases which are not true, majority of the clients would turn to me, and that happens. And that happens.
Wow.
And no doubt it is a professional thing, but in a district place like Mehsana, in 90s, I was the only advocate who was charging retainership. I started it with 5,000, and when I joined judiciary, I was charging 25,000, and retainership means either side would engage me first with a condition that I should not accept brief of other side. And if matter goes to the court, that 25,000 is gone, I will charge again. For litigation, I will charge separately. And you will surprised to note it, as soon as in Mehsana and surrounding districts, as soon as any litigant come to know that other side has engaged SG Shah, there would be compromise. They know that SG Shah will not accept a wrong brief, means we have to lose, so they will compromise it. Right. So ethics and principles and knowledge is very much required.
Very
Yes?
true. Very true, sir. So, my last question, but I think that will be a repeated one. As you mentioned that you were convinced to, pursue your career in law and so, but still it forced me to ask this question. If not an advocate or a judge, then what else would you today?
As I have said in starting, probably I would be in army or in as an doing some production work as an industrialist, or if it was not happen, probably I would
Mhm.
have been a writer.
Oh, wow, that's great to know. Indeed. Yes. So I think if the Shark Tank was not there and the peop and your family did not support it for army, so you would be a writer, if not judge.
Yes, if not judge.
If not judge. Okay. Great, sir. Thank you so much for joining us today for this podcast. Talking to you was really very enlightening, and I am really very thankful that you gave us time. And I really want to know more about natural justice and for hours and hours. And thank you so much for joining us for this podcast. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.